viewers. I got, man, my board is lighting up. I guess everybody's interested in a nice conversation.
Amen.
Well, we and those who haven't seen it, they go just either tune in and listen, or because the trailers were nice. I watched, I don't know how many trailers and how much I've watched about the program. But yeah, man, that was, like I said, I went back again today.
Yeah, it was. I was seeing it twice, one with audio description. It was really nice.
I didn't see that. All my audio, I just went to the and somebody told me that in 3D, man, it wasn't as good as it was in regular, just a regular movie.
Right.
Jonathan Medlock, how you doing, my brother? I see you online. G, put the number on there too for the people, please, G. How you doing, Miss G? Miss G, I see you on the line. Sheila, Rich, Lenny, Jonathan.
I'm here, Miss B, doing good. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great. Great.
Mo Bent it just came online. Jonathan Medlock is online. G, put the number on there a couple times during the show, so they can catch up in case they want to call in too. You can do it every 15, 20 minutes, something like that.
Okay, I'm on it.
Juanita, Busy Bee. Oh, there's one of my dear Busy Bee. How you doing, Juanita? Yeah, I've been on Juanita for Lord for years. Wow, over 20, 25 years or more. Well, y'all, here's what I'm getting ready to do. Let me put on my lipstick. Oh, not lipstick, my chapstick. I don't know what I think. Start talking about me. I'm going to mute everyone out, y'all, then we'll get the show started.
All righty.
So here we go.
All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
Online, can you hear me? Somebody let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Online, can you hear me?
This conference is being recorded.
Ooh,
Yes, we can hear you.
if you're online, if you're on social media land, somebody type, let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Juanita? Oh, okay. Thank you, Jonathan. All right, y'all. Let me recording there. Let me go ahead and get started. I've got that going. I'm doing so many things, y'all. Y'all got to forgive me because I'm going in circles.
Yeah, you're loud and clear on social media.
And I did start recording. Am I correct?
I don't recall hearing the recording.
Let me see. Let me do this.
Conference recording has stopped.
Oh, all right, it started.
This conference is being recorded.
Hello, successionaires, and welcome to the Empowerment Session, sponsored by the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. The Institute is an institute for entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs. As you very well know, it's here where millionaire mindsets and businesses are made. I'm William Murray, your host and president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. I'm here with my co-host, my sidekick, my baby girl, Yvonne Groves. How we doing, Miss G?
Miss G's doing great tonight, and good evening, successionaires. How are you tonight, Mr. Murray?
Oh, dear, I am high as a kite. I am ready to rock and roll because you know how I love it. And y'all know it ain't drugs got me high. It's just natural life gets me high. And I went to the movie today to see the Black Panther again. I've seen it more than one time. And, I'm telling you, get pencil and paper, y'all, because somebody might say something that you haven't heard that you might want to know. I'm going to spit out some truth, how much truth is in the movie Black Panther, and I want to have a conversation. So I want to have a conversation. I want to thank all of you for tuning in and giving us the opportunity, to talk to you and give you the blessing my God has given to me on this most glorious of days. As always, the God in me greets and blesses the God in you. This evening, y'all, there is no class. We're going to talk about the movie. We're going to discuss what it meant to you, what you got from it, how much you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, what are you waiting on? And we're just going to talk about the movie. And truly, there's a lot of history in that movie that people don't realize. And I want to get y'all's opinion on that. Now, those that are on the conference call, on the phone, you can hit *6 when you want to speak. Just hit *6 and you can come on. So, Miss G, put the number out there, please, on the social media site.
I'm working on it now. I'm doing it.
Okay. Now, like I said, I've seen the movie more than once. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And those of you online, because like I said, I've got the conference call on the phone, and I've got Facebook Live. So y'all, we're going to talk, and I'm going to be reading what y'all post online, so those who are on the conference call can also know that the conversation we're having online. So I want y'all to talk to me online, and we'll read your question or your comment. But I need you online to also participate, not only just those that are coming on the conference call. We're going to have a good time this evening, y'all. Like I said, I've been waiting on this. I've been wanting to get other people's opinion of this fantastically great movie. If you haven't seen the movie Black Panther, go see the movie Black Panther. It is not a race movie. It is just a great movie for entertainment. And if you really want to get into the history and everything that's going on, which is something I'm going to cover, I'm going to get into later on during the show, where I'm going to show you how a lot of it is not all a fiction. There's a lot of truth in the movie, but you've got to be in the study of your ancient civilizations to understand how much truth is in it and everything. And the movie's just fantastic. Anyone have anything you want to do? Hit *6 if you want to talk to me. Lines are open. *6. *6. Somebody talk to me. Whoever seen the movie that enjoyed it, talk to me. I'm not gonna be able to do the whole show, y'all. I need y'all. Hello, baby girl. I hear her in the background.
I'm trying to keep her quiet. We just got in the house, so I'm trying to get her.
Oh no, that's cool. Let her be her. That's what she's supposed to do. Yes. Extensive travel to over 25 countries.
Baby girl and I went to the movies today to see Black Panther. This was her first time, my second time seeing it.
Yeah,
and I tell you, she enjoyed that movie. She enjoyed it. She was engaged. She's 5. She was engaged the whole time, asking questions. She loved it. She loved it. We walked away. She wanted a picture with the Black Panther. She wanted a stuffed animal as the Black Panther. We walked past the store at the mall. She saw Black Panther on display. She wanted the action figure and a T-shirt. So she really loved the movie. We came home. She's still talking about the movie.
And how old is she?
She's 5. So that movie is not just for adults, it's for everybody. For everybody. It was very educational for her as well.
It really is. Now tell me something. What did you get out of the movie everybody also tell me what stood out. Now I see Busy B said extensive travel to over 25 countries on the continent. Real deal on the tribes, our connection to higher knowledge from out of space. So that's Busy Bee who's online. And Juanita, thank you. You know, and you're so correct, Juanita. You are so correct. It is a real deal about our tribes and everything. Shanita Jackson, I saw the movie a week ago. My family and I all wore black and enjoyed the whole thing. The way it was put together is great. Now, if any of you are online and want to call in, you know you can do both now. You can be on Facebook Live and you can call in. Dial the number 218-548-0510. That's 218-548-0510. And the PIN number is 1950 pound 1950, and you can come on live on the call in, and everyone can really hear what you're saying. And Juanita Busy Bee is again said the regalness of the women, right down to the village people, proud, respective, protective of the tribe community. Darling, now see, that's one of the things here. Now, this is one of the things I'm going to show you that is really not nonfiction. I mean, it is nonfiction. It's true. How protective the women were. How they were his confidant, his protection, his wisdom, his knowledge, his thought process of making sure he's doing what was right for the whole tribe. So, you know, and that's a true fact, because people don't realize it. And I'm not gonna get into the what I posted today on Facebook, because I don't want to start nothing going, but because my beliefs are definitely different than those of most people, and it's definitely on the outside of Christianity. But women were very protective. They were really not of the rule back in hundreds of centuries ago. And Terrence Carter, enemies working together to achieve a common goal. He was right, because now for those of you you saw that in the at the end. I got everybody's name. Wait a minute, what's his name? M'Baku, the Jabari Mountain, the Jabari tribe leader. He realized that it was best that he come to the aid of T'Challa, because if what's his name had stayed ruling, that it would have challenged his tribe next. So Killmonger, if Killmonger had stayed as the ruler, next thing he was coming after was M'Baku's tribe, and he had to think about it. And Patricia Quarles says, I saw the movie this past weekend. So much to take away. There is no doubt. You can't say enough about this movie. Someone online at star 6. Hit star 6, y'all. You can talk to me. Somebody give me a mic check on star 6. Someone give me a mic check on star 6. Star 6.
Good evening, mic check.
Give me a mic check on star 6. Is that a mic check on star 6?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And when you come online on star 6, you got to give us your name so we'll know who. See, I can see who it is, but the people who are online, and we got a bunch of people online. We got a whole bunch of people online, and they don't know who it is. So introduce yourself when you come online. Juanita Busy Bee, especially the Dogon people in Mali. Oh, baby, don't get me started talking about Dogon people. I can give you all a great history of that. The Egyptian Nubian people, mathematicians beyond our knowledge. Star constellation beyond our astronomers' knowledge. Now, she done brought it up, so I'm going to give an education. Thank you, Juanita. I love you, darling, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Y'all want to get an education on the knowledge and the wisdom of your earlier ancestors. Look up Dogon. D-O-G-A-N tribe. Dogon tribe. Your people were so knowledgeable about the stars and the universe that they mapped it. They mapped it. Once modern day, what we call now civilization. Huh?
I'm sorry, that's me. I'm trying to mute it.
Oh. What the Dogon tribe did, they mapped the universe. Now today's what we call civilization. Once they learned to start reading the hieroglyphics of your ancestors, they learned they're finding planets now that didn't even know existed because of what the Dogons did centuries and centuries and centuries ago. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of truth in this movie about the knowledge of modern man not knowing. Even right today, they are still studying the tribes of ancient Africa and learning. They can't teach you how great we as a people were, because then you will see how cruel, mean, and nasty and greedy and just they are. I mean, because of my studies, you know, and I got a chance to study my ancient civilization. I know a lot that the general public, and I've studied. I mean, if y'all could just, I wish one day I'm really going to turn the camera and let y'all see my library. And some of the books, but see, I've got to put them together because I don't have no way can I get all my books up here right now. It's too many. I got some of them downstairs boxed. I got some out on my sun porch. I've got some all here in my office, some on tables. You know how you see these movies, all these people got all these books, and they got their bookcase full, and then they got stuff stacked all over on tables. Well, y'all, that's what my office looks like. I've got just that many books. Because you know I love to read and study. I am an information junkie. And she's right. The tribe Dogons, D-O-G-A-N, Dogon. Look it up. Look it up. And get a shock, because they are the tribe that mapped the universe hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Many centuries ago. They drew maps of the universe. And today's modern man with today's modern technology are still finding planets that they had already mapped. So when you're talking about Dogon, darling, oh, busy, thank you, Juanita. I truly appreciate that. Lines are open. Somebody talk to me. *6. As y'all see, I'm looking at other places. I got, like I said, I got so much going. Oh, come on. Okay, there it is. And I've got people. Okay, somebody. Oh, how I see billionaires happy out there. Hello, billionaires happy. And Juanita. See, Juanita's on it. I'm going to do what Charles. Charles says, enjoy many things in no particular order. Number 1, the women were revered and not side characters. They were smart, strong, and trusted. Number 2, blacks ran everything and weren't relegated to being support. Weren't relegated, hold on, to being, I gotta find where I was. To being support. Even though one white character helped towards the end, he wouldn't have been successful unless Princess Shuri directed him. Sex doesn't have to sell. There was no love scenes in the movie, and it was all still fantastic. Charles, you are so right. The women were the soldiers. I mean, the other tribes had soldiers, but to guard the king It was all women. They had been trained their whole life for they had one task. That was to guard the king and the throne and the queen. And that's so true. See, y'all, Carter G. Woodson, you don't realize how true, how much that the power in the saying that Carter G. Woodson said that we have been so miseducated. The biggest fault, we let our oppressors educate us. So they're going to teach you their story. Because his story is 2 words, his story. But when you start studying about your ancient civilization, you'll realize that today's civilization can't even touch it. Even with modern technology. It's true about the medicines that they used. It's very true about the medicines that they used. Because when y'all heard me say last week that we did not come here as slaves. We came here as physicians, doctors, lawyers, attorneys, plumbers, carpenters, inventors, as scholars. We were turned into slaves. We didn't come here as slaves. We were turned into slaves. Trust me, most of the inventions back during slavery time came from our people. If it came from them, they'd have been had the inventions. We taught them farming because we were great farmers. We were the world top farmers. We taught them farming. How to rotate their crops. How to make their soil rich year after year. We taught them that. You know something too that I love with George Fraser? George Fraser says something that I truly love. He says, maybe we weren't bought here. Maybe we were sent here. You can't challenge God and what God does. You know, God knows what she's doing. Trust me, God knows what she is doing. You know, if you want to go to a movie and see black women half naked, this wasn't the movie. You didn't see no black women half naked. You saw them with pride, with ability, with knowledge, with wisdom. Because look who the leading scientist was. The leading scientist was Shuri. And she was young. Well, she maybe 20, 21, maybe she was young. So, y'all, I'm tired. Somebody talk to me. Okay, Busy Bee. Juanita, you said Dogons living in the mountains. Beautiful, unique living conditions. Quite humble and mindful of people on this earth. They have interacted on a higher intelligence. There's no doubt. For them to be able to map the universe and give you the distance between here and that planet, or that planet and another planet, I'm telling you, a dummy can't do that. We invented math, geometry, algebra, the alphabet. As far as writing, we invented.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Who's speaking?
This is Regina in 804.
Yes, Regina, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. I thought the movie was fabulous. It was beautiful. It was there, however, was subliminal messages.
Yes.
The Killmonger, well, I don't particularly like the name that was given, but it's a comic book. The comic book version and the movie version was slightly different. And to me, by the movie being promoted by Disney, although there were black writers, and that was the beauty of the context of the movie.
Yes.
There were parts in the movie, such as in the comic version, the comic book version, T'Challa was not the one who killed Killmonger. And Killmonger in the movie gave his character was kind of like, this is the African American versus the African, and I didn't like that message. The beauty of the women, and then how Killmonger, when he took control of the Wakanda, the disrespect of the Queen Mother there, and all of those negative. It's kind of hard to explain because I did not see him as the villain.
Well, here's the thing about, you got to realize, he had so much bitterness in him because they had left him as a child and killed his father. So he grew up chewing on that bitterness. He was a villain, there's no doubt, but it wasn't because he didn't really know the whole truth. He just knew and grew up from the truth as he saw it as a child. When he grew up in the manhood, he was still bitter. He was bitter behind the fact, like I say, they had killed his father and left him. He never got a chance to see Wakanda and learn the tribal ways. Because, you know, when they showed, it was just a very, very short showing of the village. When they were,
T'Challa?
Yeah, when T'Challa was with not Okoye. What's the lady? The one's name who? Wait a minute. I'll tell you who it was in a minute. The one that his ex-girlfriend. When they showed part of the village then.
Okay.
Right, they showed part of the village then, and it was all just happy. You see how it was? It was markets. They had food markets for trade and sale. You know, I mean, it's. But no, he didn't know the ways because he didn't grow up there. He grew up with bitterness in America, and when you grow up with bitterness in America, you're going to be an evil person.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It portrayed American, to me, American men as the one coming with the anger and the disrespect of women, and no respect for the vibranium usage and things like that. That's what I know why he was portrayed that way, because of his bitterness for being left in America and his father being killed, and no one came back for him. And kind of like some Africans, or some Americans, black, feel about Africans during slavery, when we were taken, or in some cases given or sold to the slave trade. No one came to get us or to reclaim us. So I can't go with the fact that his being left in America caused him to be willing to kill his girlfriend and choke his aunt and things like that. I mean, I understand that all of that brought the excitement to the movie, and there were a lot of, it was, like you said, a movie for all age groups. So there were a lot of subliminal messages there as well. And the CIA agent coming there and saving the day, and it's just kind of, I'm just taking the good with the bad. That's just some small input. Just that conversation.
Well, thank you. But here's the thing, you know, and if you noticed, the CIA agent whose name was Martin Freeman in the movie, he knew about Killmonger because they had trained him. They knew his mindset because they had trained his mind and his body. So he knew him. He understood his thought pattern because they're the ones that trained him. He didn't get the training from Wakanda. He got it from the CIA, from the government. So what type of mindset did he have? And Freeman knew his mindset because he's the one that trained him. That's why he thought like he thought.
He was already gifted naturally.
Now,
So
yes.
the training was not, and I think that's the message that I shared with young people. You already have melanin that have the power when you understand who you are.
Yes, yes.
You understand your true history.
Now, Miss Juanita, and she's busy online, y'all. She wants to talk about the different tribes. There were several different tribes that could have challenged T'Challa for the throne, and no one won. All tribes said we will not challenge today. We will not. And you notice a lot of the leaders of those tribes. Did y'all notice they were women? Did you notice they were women? Only, and a couple of tribes were men, but there were women leaders on some of them tribes.
That's right.
And
Marcus Garvey had women leaders as well, right?
Huh?
I'm just kind of paralleling with America. Marcus Garvey had women soldiers as well, right?
Yes, yes. Oh, yes. Look how many women participated in the Civil War and gave the Union soldiers the advantage because they could travel on both sides without the Confederates thinking that they were soldiers and that they were useless.
Yeah. I have appreciation for all shades that we are, but I was especially pleased to see melanated sisters without a lot of weave. No disrespect for those who wear weave. I have no problem with with us beautifying ourselves as we see please. But I was especially pleased to see that in film.
Yeah, and they were bald. Tell me, those were not some beautiful black women in bald heads. Oh, I was just in my world. I have for years loved bald-headed women, black women. It just looked so gorgeous. And if you saw them women, I mean, they were B-A-D-D-D-D-D-D. They were bad.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you gotta realize they were the top soldiers in Wakanda.
That's right.
They had the most important job of protecting the king, the queen, and the throne.
Fearless. Yeah.
Lines are open, y'all. *6. Anyone that's online wants to speak, *6. Anyone out there that's on social media and you want to call in so everyone can hear you, you can dial 218-548-0510. And the PIN number is 1950#. Call and talk to us. Lines open, *6. If you're online, you want to speak, *6.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Who's speaking?
This is Millionaire's Hattie.
Hello, Millionaire's Hattie.
I am doing great, fantastic, and amazing, most blessed forever, exceeding glad with God's grace, mercy, and favor. And my favorite parts of the movie were the technological advances that were portrayed in the movie. I love the fact that what you mentioned earlier, that it was a young lady, and she probably was around in her early 20s, that was running the whole thing, and how this was just a natural way of her being. And also too, mentioning about the bald-headed women was that their beauty came from within. And from them knowing who they were and their power, and honoring themselves, honoring their culture, their tribe, the respect that they have for their tribes and the other tribes. And I just loved how they all work together for the common good and for the highest good of all. the words of wisdom that, now, as far as the names, I might not get the names right, but the Black Panther character, when his father, when he went to visit his father, he told him that it's hard to be a good king. And he basically, I felt, was preparing him for all the challenges that he would face, because he had to think about, do we want to keep all the resources to ourselves, or should we help everyone else as well? And so there are a lot of things, and I'm sure his father had to contend with, even though he never spoke with it the first time with his son, about leaving his nephew behind in America.
Right.
I'm sure he had to struggle and wrestle with that, because that's flesh and blood. And my interpretation, and my whole family and I, we were all saw together, and we were discussing that, and we were just saying that, when he said that I chose the kingdom, and I chose my people, he didn't know what his brother had some parts of him that were just, diabolical, just was not going to do right from wrong. And he didn't know whether or not that was passed on to his son, or whether or not he would be able to change that within his nephew or not. And so I can understand how he, was dealing with a lot of different things also, and that he was preparing his son for the same thing. And I'm glad that his son came back and said that, I'm not coming here with you, even though you may think that it's time for me to be here with you. It's not my time. I have to go back, because I can't leave the world that way anymore. So I just thought it was a lot of great messages that were in the movie, and it was just so exciting. And since I studied the martial arts, my favorite part was the women fighting. I just loved it, and I would just be jumping up and everything. My husband's like, beat you around.
Well, let me tell you, when now my wife is very quiet. She's always in the background. When they had those fighting scenes, you see her in the seat, boy, she was helping them. She was tripping me out sitting beside me. Boy, she was helping them when they were fighting.
Oh my goodness, that is so funny. But I was really impressed with the technology, though. Just all the magical things that they could do. His sister had a sense of humor. Yes. They acted like real siblings, where they were teasing one another, and
the love was there.
Kind of stuff.
The love was there.
Yes.
The respect was there.
Yes.
Juanita once again said, African royalty is most down the mother's female line. And it was the power. I mean, you could see the power of the women.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's just, and now Patricia said something that Patricia Quarles just posted something that's very eye-opening. You got to look at, where it said the general stated in the movie when she wore a wig that it felt unnatural. Remember the scene where she...
What happened now?
The scene where when they first got out of the car, before they went into the place where the meeting was. And she said that it felt unnatural to wear that wig.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And if you notice, in the movie, every black character was natural, except for the soldiers who were bald-headed. All of them were natural. Had locks or some type of African design hair. No straight hair. No, it was all natural, cultural. The hairstyles, the hair designs. So until we as a people here in America stop going to someone else's culture to think we're beautiful, when the beauty is just natural and it's all within.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Miss G here.
Yes, Miss G.
I want to piggyback on what Billionaire is Happy was saying about the women having that inner beauty and knowing who they are. And that was something that when the king went to defend the title, or actually to fight for the title, T'Challa, when he went to fight for the title, and initially he was losing, and his mama said, "You know who you are, like fight him. Who are you? Let him know who you are." And when you know who you are on the inside, something rises up in you. You know, the way they stay connected to the ancestors, because he knows who he is. He knows from whence he came. He knows the power, the royalty, the majesty. He knows who he is. And once he felt that thing on the inside, he defended his title. But he almost forgot for a minute because he wasn't. He lost that Black Power, that Black Panther power. So he almost felt like he was just in Yo Joe, must have been, because once his mom reminded him, remember who you are. We got to know who we are. That's why it's our job to teach the children, tell them who they are, let them know who they are. There's power in it. That's true.
And you know what I noticed about it when he had beaten when he had beaten M'Baku. Normally they would kill the peaceful person. He says, "I don't want to kill you."
Yep. That's true. I remember him saying that too. He does. Your people need you.
Yeah. That's what he said. Your people, because he was the ruler of the Jabari tribe.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to kill the ruler. He told him, "We need you."
Yeah.
And he tapped out. So and he did, and that's why in the movie, what did he do when he found T'Challa? What did he do with him?
Yeah. He preserved him.
He preserved him, gave him, and helped him live.
Yep. Saved his life.
You know, you saved mine. I'm paying my debt.
Yep. That is true. But I have to go back and see it again, because I know it's some other parts that I didn't see or I missed. I know I'm going to see more stuff.
Oh, yes.
And I am really enjoying these dance challenges. Have you been seeing them on YouTube?
You know what? Are they there? No, just go to Google and Google Black Panther the movie and look at all of those. They got little 3 to 10 minute reels, and it must be about 20 of them. And some of them are about each individual character, or about the movie, or what we didn't see. And it even shows some of the movie that they cut and put left on the floor. Yeah. I mean, y'all got to see it. I've been watching them, y'all. Y'all know I'm a junkie for that kind of stuff. Before I do a show, I'm gonna do my homework.
And you know, also there was a lot of great lines in the movie, and like you were referring to about the women and the loyalty, they were raised for that one purpose, to serve their kingdom. And when I don't remember the names, but when the American nephew came and he became king, and regardless of how bad his behavior was, and how much the general, which was the woman, loved T'Challa, she was loyal to the throne. And she even told Nikita, I think her name was, the king, T'Challa's ex-girlfriend. She said, "We have to help him. We have to take him down." She said, "Listen, I am loyal to the throne no matter who sits upon it."
That's right.
The loyalty, I mean, that was powerful to me. That she, no matter how much she despised him, she was loyal to her position and what she stood for. You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. That is so true. I didn't mean to cut you off because I was so excited about that she came to her senses, though. That you still have to exercise wisdom, because at the end of the day, yes, you're loyal to the throne, but if you have some fool, crazy person up there, and he has and she said to him before she started fighting with him, "You have a bad heart," and she knew, right from wrong. Like, yes, you have to have wisdom as well. You can't just. But you know what? Also remember that the only reason she was able to do that is because the first king wasn't dead. When she thought he was dead, she still had to honor that position. But once she saw that he was alive, they said, "Oh, it's not over. Like, no one actually has the throne right now." There was still a battle for the throne because they both still lived.
Yeah.
So either you have to tap out or you have to die. You know, and then the other, your opponent would be the winner. So that's the only way she was able to do that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so her heart was definitely with T'Challa, but she had to stay loyal to the position, to the kingdom. So I thought that was very powerful. You know, the loyalty, like, we need that kind of loyalty. That's a ride or die. That's what you call a ride or die. And then the other part that I thought was very powerful at the end, when I can't remember his name, but the nephew who became the king, at the very end, when T'Challa, it was just him and T'Challa, and they were still fighting, and T'Challa he stabbed him. He stabbed him, and the last thing he said was, "I'd rather die just like our ancestors who came across that ocean, jumped in the ocean, because that was easier than living as a slave." I can't quote him verbatim, but I thought it was powerful. I thought it was powerful that he just, you know, and that was the mindset of our people. Like, I'd rather die and have my freedom on the other side than to go and be your slave somewhere else. And that's how he felt, because he never felt like he was, even though he was from, his ancestor was from Wakanda, he didn't feel like he was from Wakanda. So he felt like, I would be a slave here. This is not the place for me. And he chose to die himself. He actually killed his own self in the end. Hopefully the people on the line saw the movie, or we're just telling the whole movie.
That's okay. They should have went to see it already. They've had 2.5 weeks. They've had 2.5 weeks to see it.
Even in here, even if they haven't seen the movie, though, they'll have a better understanding of what they're watching. You know, it'll be an eye-opener. So they'll be like, okay, it'll make more sense to them. Because it's definitely a movie you have to see twice. The first time you see it to appreciate it. The second time you see it to really understand it.
Now, I saw it again today. And I saw stuff today I hadn't seen before. I understood things today that I didn't pick up before.
Yes.
I went today. The first time was to see the movie. Today was to understand the movie. So yeah.
So what did you see that was different, and it gave you a better understanding?
Well, I you know, when the loyalty, and you go see the first, just the entertainment of it.
Oh, okay.
And then I was going for the true meaning and to see, and I saw the loyalty. And I saw how much, wait a minute, I'm going to tell you what her name was in a minute, because I got it all written down here. Nakia loved T'Challa, and he loved her, but they didn't show it to each other. She was his ex-girlfriend. But his sister, his sister knew that he, what did she tell him? I bet you're going to freeze.
Don't freeze.
And when they got back home, she asked Shuri asked Nicola, did he freeze? She said, like an antelope in headlights. And I loved that and she knew that he loved her.
Yeah.
Whether he wanted to admit it to himself or not, she knew. And she was okay with it. And she saw humor in the way he acted, trying to be, oh, I'm a man, I'm not going to show you that I love her. But what happened when they were on the steps?
Yeah, I was thinking about that part too. He was like, you got to give me a break. I almost died.
Yeah. And he gave her a kiss. And like he wanted to leave, and she jumped up and kissed him, talking about, She kissed him like, I love you.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't know between the two of them, though.
Yeah, that was a love. Now, that was a love. Mm-hmm. And Mama, boy, Mama, tell me, Mama, I love that outfit that Mama had on. Oh, I love that outfit. I love Queen Ramonda's outfit. Oh, I just loved, when she had that white one on, then she didn't turn around, she had on that black one. I'm thinking, oh my God, just look at that grace. Look at the grace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had to tell you, I was actually surprised. I didn't realize that Angela Bassett was in the movie. So that was a nice surprise for me when I first saw the movie. She played that role very well.
Yes, she did. Oh, I see we got Christian.
She's a great actress anyway.
I want to thank Christian. You know, I thought you were mad at me, Christian. But the last time you were here, and I appreciate it. I thought you was mad at us, wasn't coming back. But I see you came back. And I appreciate it, Christian. And hold on, y'all. My camera just slipped. Huh?
I said, welcome home, Christian.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, right. Because I've been looking for him to come back. He don't realize because he left last time and didn't find out how much he helped us with the conversation. And I thought he's kind of mad at us. But I see he's back, and I'm glad to see you back, Christian, because I've been looking for you, my brother. See, that's what this is about, conversating. We don't get, we got a right to have different opinions. And look at my man, Damone Long's out there. How you doing, Damone? I'm glad to see you on, my brother. You know I love you, man, and got much respect for you.
But, I wanted to go back and also comment on Regina, when Regina was making her comments, because there was some underlying messages that Regina actually brought to my attention when she made mention of, one, the CIA coming to save the day. You got to pay attention that maybe there are, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it can definitely be a takeaway from the movie. Some people may take away from the movie thinking, we did come and save the day. They may have been powerful, but they needed this man over here to fly that plane to, save Wakanda in a sense. So there was a message. There could be a message that someone could take away from that. And I forget her other point, but I thought it was very good. Oh, about the American and the angry American. That's a very valid point, because actually she put it into words, but I did feel something about him coming with the disrespect and like this hood rat mentality. So definitely I felt it. I just didn't put it into words because I was so engulfed in the movie and taking in everything that was going on that I wasn't able to break that part down. But I definitely felt something in my spirit that didn't feel right about his attitude, how he came in there and disrespected the throne, the queens, the kingdom, everything. It was just that American bad attitude that he brought. And that was a poor representation. Regardless of whether you're angry or not.
In Baku,
I can't remember his name, but she definitely made a valid point that even if that's not their intention, we never know what people's intentions are when they're doing something, but it definitely can be a takeaway from the movie. Because I know I felt some kind of way about his attitude.
Now, in Baku, who was the Jabari leader of the guerrilla, the guerrilla people, what did he tell him? When they were going, ooh, they weren't marking dogs. That was the guerrilla that they were marking. People thought, it's snowing, y'all. It's snowing.
Mm-hmm.
But what did he tell him when he went ooh? He says, "I will feed your children. I will feed you to my children." And what did he say next? That freaked everybody out. He laughed and said, "Oh, we're vegetarians." Do you know what that did to me?
I didn't feel that he. I felt some kind of way about him disrespect, but it's just that because he was just being disrespectful, I didn't read it into that he was the angry American. I just felt I understood why he was acting the way that he was acting, because he had been left behind. I just attributed all to that. I didn't attribute it to that he's being portrayed as an angry American at all, or that the CIA came in and saved the day, because he was the only one left there in the lab, because everything broke loose and chaos broke loose. He was the only one there that was still in the lab.
He was in awe of the technology.
It all fit into the story But at the same time, like I'm saying, you never know the intention. It can be a takeaway that certain people may take away from it, being empowered by certain things or offended by certain things or subliminal messages that could have been the undertone of what the actual storyline was. So, I mean, all in all, everybody played an awesome role. But even the white man, he was a part of the team. That was his role as part of the team once they all came together. But there could be an underlying message there.
I saw him as being in awe. When he came off that table, when he first woke up, he thought he was going to die. He didn't know where he was. He was in awe. When he walked up to that window and looked out, he was in awe and realized how much advanced Wakanda was than modern day civilization. See, I think they're the greatest thing coming and going. That America thinks that we got the greatest inventions. And when he saw Wakanda and saw the technology, it just blew his mind. He was in shock and awe.
Yeah. Because remember when he got off that table, he says, how long ago were we in China? She said, what, yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
He said, that's impossible because I got shot. He knew he got shot in the spine, and there's no way that he could get up off that table and not feel any pain, being that he just got shot 2 days ago.
Totally healed.
The healing power of what was the energy source called? Radium? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The healing power of uranium.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, he was definitely in awe. He was definitely in awe.
Star 6, anyone online want to come on and conversate? I see we get a lot more people coming on. Star 6, I see we got Billionaire Showgirl out there. Star 6, anyone want to come on and comment? Star 6. Yes.
What's going on? This is Chris. I appreciate you with the shout out, Mr. Murray. This is Chris.
Yes, Chris.
I'm a very big I'm a comic book fan, so I definitely had to go watch the movie only on that merit. I love the Black Panther. It was some stuff in there that I felt as it needed to be. My thing with the movie was they tried to make it too much about race, and as a comic book geek, I ain't think it needed no place in this type of movie. But as far as what I was touching on, the points were accurate. It was very great. The only thing I like about it was when he said about bringing him to the very end. That's something the Black Panther would never do. Like, I'm just giving y'all something about the Black Panther. Black Panther, he's very selfish.
Hey Christian, you're breaking up. Can you repeat what you just said again?
Yeah.
That's something that the Black Panther would never say. What did he say? You're breaking up.
He would never give up his vibranium. That's something that people from Wakanda hold on to. They would never share their resources outside of the world. That wasn't accurate, but the movie was great. I was just paying and cut this out.
But you got to realize now, if y'all notice, now here's something I picked up. If you notice, they showed parts of slavery. They showed part of World War I, World War II, of the Civil War. And it says Wakanda, all these years, had all this technology and they never shared with the world. And that's when they showed them real fast clips of the wars that they had in America. And even slavery was part of it. And that's what they were angry about. And what they tell them, they said, we let the wrong ones rule and do, and look what it cost our people in other nations.
Wow.
Now, y'all got when you go back, check that out when he said that. It cost us generations. When we could have done the right thing, wouldn't be in the situation. He's talking about the racism in America, in the world, that they could have avoided had they have stepped up and give the weapons to his people, his ancestors, people of his color, instead of sitting back and keeping it all in Wakanda.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. So when, again, I can't remember his name, but the nephew who became king, when he
Killmonger.
was king, and Killmonger. When Killmonger wanted to use those weapons to destroy kingdoms of other nations, to take them down so that those nations could be better, I kind of felt like there was a little message about Trump in there. Like I felt something like were we trying to say we need to destroy this, the leader of this kingdom? I just kind of got that little hint of maybe that was an underlying message there also. Did anyone else feel like that?
No, I didn't feel like that.
No, I'm on Alabama myself.
Like I was trying to say, like, it was a very good movie. All that stuff about, people try to say this was a black revolutionary movie. This is the Black Panther, the comic book, he's been around since the 1960s.
1966.
The revolution. Huh?
Since 1966. But this, you got to realize, you don't see him in none of the movies, or none of the superhero movies. He only came out in '66, and they put him on the shelf for 30 years.
He was in a movie 2 years ago called The Civil War. He was definitely in that movie.